Good morning, student. So we are going to continue our the same topic. Now let's take a closer look of Akbar's policy. So, uh, from amongst the six main Mughal emperor, yes, Babur, then Humayun, then Akbar, then Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and the Aurangzeb. So, from amongst the six main Mughal emperors, Akbar stood out as a different kind of an emperor. So, why he was different, isn't it? So, he was very kind. Along with the largest kingdom and the longest rule, he laid down system for operation of the kingdoms. He had different policies than the other, and he ruled over on the people's mind. That's why he was different. So he also made that his rule was documented thoroughly. So from ancestry to culture and the tradition to detailed statistic of prices, wages, he has collected all the or kept all the data. The single most distinguishing factors of Akbar's rule was his interest in religion. So Akbar or his close friend, or you can say the uh, Akbar's order his close friends and the courtier also. His name was Abul Fazl. He ordered him to write a history of his region, like title. He gave the title like Akbar Nama. So Abul Fazl wrote three volume of Akbar Nama. First volume was about Akbar's ancestors. Second volume was recorded the event of the Akbar's region. And third volume is the N.E. Akbari. It deals with Akbar's administration, household, army, revenue, and geography of his empire. Abul Fazl explained that the empire was divided into two provinces and provinces called Subhas, and it was governed by the Subedar who carried out both political and the military functions. Okay, Abul Fazl wrote the Akbarnama, and in Akbarnama there were three volumes. So this is very important there. So first volume there is a history of Akbar's ancestors. In second volume, recorded the event of the Akbar's region, and the third volume is the N.E. Akbari. It deals with the Akbar's administration, army, revenue, household, and the geography of his empire, whole empire. Okay, so Abul Fazl explained that the empire was divided into provinces and it was called Subhas, and it was governed by the Subedar who carried out both political and the military functions. Each province also had a financial officers or divan. Akbar's noble commanded large armies and had access to large amount of revenue while they were loyal to the empire functioned effectively. They put at the end of uh, it in the 17th century. Now, the single most distinguishing factor of the Akbar's rule was his interest in religion. So Akbar was famous not only because just he was emperor or he built huge empire or largest empire, rather than he was famous because of his views of religion. He started he studied different religions and their customs also. He had discussion with religious heads to gain clarity. He realized that most of these leaders focus on differentiating themselves from other religions through rituals and rules. So Akbar started discussion with when he was at Fatehpur. Yes, he started religious discussion when he was at Fatehpur Sikri in 1570s with religious scholars like ulma, Brahmins. The discussion took place in Ibadat Khana. So now, while having this discussion, various religious scholars he realized that these people who emphasized ritual and dogma were often bigots. This means that These religious scholars means ulma or Brahmins, Jesuit priests, whenever they made some statement, they never wanted their statement to be questioned by anyone, isn't it? Nowadays also, if there are scholar persons or the those are scholars in these rituals and they are superior in the religious rituals, or they are suppose priests or suppose Brahmins or any religious priest, so they don't want their statement to be questioned by anyone. So called such people by God, that means they were tolerant religious, believe that to be people, their teaching to create division in the people. So Akbar developed new ideas which was called Sulh-e-Kul. Sulh-e-Kul means when they divide this into the peoples, so it leads the disharmony among the common people. They divide people into groups because of their views. So he therefore spread the concept of universal peace. He called it a Sulh-e-Kul. It is means universal peace and the universal values. And his friend Abul, or the courtier you can say, his friend Abul Fazl helped Akbar in framing the vision of governance around his idea. So this idea being that the focus of the good administration should be values such as justice, honesty, and peace rather than how ritual are followed. So, this attitude of tolerance could be a single most important reason for his long and successful rule. He ruled with compassion rather than by instilling fear. Compassion means showing pity, or you can say goodness. Other king or emperor, they instill fear on people. They impose decisions on the people, but he didn't do this. If we have seen that these Mughals, they gave respect to who were the defeated kings also, or they gave their whatever we captured the territory, they gave back to them, and just they work under the rulers. So it happened in this period, in Akbar's period. So we can see that because of this attitude, he could rule long and successful rule.
If you like our videos, do share them and subscribe to our channel. If you want awesome quizzes, write to us. Keep watching and keep learning with Walnut.